Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mai, and today's video is going to be this super realistic split level family home that I have built in the world of Willow Creek. And I will say split level lightly because I don't know, you can't really get too split level in The Sims. There's a whole bunch of restrictions when it comes to conflicting blocks or whatever, and the platforms and all that fun stuff. So I did the best that I could, and I just wanted to make it feel real, and I really wanted to just capture that classic kind of early 2000s, I guess maybe probably 90s too, the just that like classic multiple different levels, where I don't know, it just feels a little bit weird. There's just like way more stairs than there needs to be, but it adds a lot of dimension and variety and feels super cool. And I really hope that you guys agree that this is a pretty cool house and that it's very realistic. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. I put a lot of time and care and details into this. So yeah, I'm just excited to hear you guys' feedback because I did actually take inspiration from the childhood home of a friend of mine, and I hope that I did it justice. I didn't like replicate it exactly, but I just kind of, I don't know, I tried to replicate that coziness and the little details and the little like clutter and stuff like that. So yeah, it feels that much closer to home for me, almost literally. And something that I also really wanted from this house was to have this garage, because that is where I'm going to finally get good use out of the new artist studio kit. And I'm really excited for you guys to see that one because it looks amazing. I love that kit. It looks really fun, and obviously it's mostly just things. I don't think that it has any real function outside of just, I don't know, making your artists look good. But I mean, it still looks cool, and having like that classic artist studio in the garage also felt really fun. And I also got good use out of the storybook nursery kit. I made sure to include that for the kids' rooms, and it looks really cool. This house does have 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, just one kind of general family bathroom. And yeah, it looks amazing. I didn't include the furnishing of the bathroom in the build, but you will be able to see it in the screenshots and possibly in the background of kind of while I'm filming the furnishing of the bedrooms. And I love these bedrooms. I actually had a really hard time picking the thumbnail because of how many rooms in this house were just my favorite. And I knew I had to pick one to really like capture the essence of the build, but if I could have picked all of them, I would have picked all of them, because it's actually phenomenal. I don't know how I managed to do this. Sometimes I feel like I'm running out of inspiration, or I'm kind of like running out of steam of like making my builds look good, but then a build like this happens and I can't believe it. I'm like, oh, okay, I still got it in me. I haven't burnt out with this yet. So that's exciting, and it's a bit of an ego boost for my creativity. But yeah, since we can't have actual garages, I kind of just, I don't know, used some columns and some wallpaper and made it look like a garage. I hope that at some point we get cars and we get garages and we get something to make it, I don't know, I feel like we could actually make that possible. I'm pretty sure in The Sims 2 we didn't have like an open world, but we still had cars. So I don't know why we can't do it in The Sims 4, especially considering that the technology should be better. But we are working on the interior now, and I kind of struggled with the wallpaper, but I decided to go with this one, which feels very like grandma-y, but I really like it, and I think it feels really cozy and definitely reminds me of the early 2000s. And I also went with this like kind of fancy like parquet flooring from Base Game, and I went with kind of this like orangey, I don't know, mid-level depth. I don't really know what to call it because it's not dark, but it's not a light wood. But yeah, I decided to go with kind of that orangey wood, and I think it looks really nice. I feel like I'm not one to really utilize that swatch too often. I'm probably going to say that, and then, I don't know, the next 3 builds I make, I'm going to use that swatch, because I feel like that's something that I do. But yeah, I don't really use that too often, but I really like the way that it looked here. And yeah, we're kind of just coming in to the living room. That's like the entryway just goes right into the living room, and I decided to use the fireplace from Growing Together, and I think the main couch is from Discover University and the love seat is from Crystal Creations. And right now we're very much in like a grandma-esque design style or decoration style, which I like. I don't know, maybe I felt like the furniture was kind of hand-me-downs, or I don't know, maybe the parents just really like this very elegant vintage style, and I made sure that I really wanted those armchairs to feel, I don't know, I think I alt place like all the furniture in here, which isn't something that I usually do because I don't know, I like things to be symmetrical. But I decided to alt place them because I wanted it to feel a little bit more natural, and like, you know, the family like actually place the furniture. And obviously in real life you don't have like slots on the ground that your furniture will just clip to, so I wanted it to feel kind of real like that. And just behind the couch in the actual entryway area before the stairs that go into the bedrooms, I just placed the bookshelf from the kids room pack. And I also wanted it to feel like not everything is going to be perfectly matching, and not everything is going to be like the right swatch or the right style. And yeah, this is going to be like a family house, so I wanted it to feel like a family house. And I also made sure to add this stereo, which yeah, also just reminds me of the early 2000s. And of course I did struggle with the rug because it wouldn't be one of my builds if I wasn't struggling with the rugs. I think also because I didn't want, I don't know, I wanted it to be centered, but I also wanted there to be a rug next to the front door. And yeah, I didn't want it to clash with the rug that I chose for the living room because I already struggled to pick that rug and I didn't want to have to start over there. And I don't know, I figured it out. We're not going to go with this one, actually. We're going to switch it to a different one in a second. But for now, we place that one. I do like the color on it, but the shape and the style is just not really fitting right. And yeah, I decided to also place another one of those kids' room bookshelves, except this one a single one next to the sliding door, partly to fill the space and then partly to kind of add a little bit of consistency with the other bookshelf, kind of make it feel a little bit less alone and random. But all in all, I do feel like the colors all work. There's just like some of them that are a little bit darker, some of them are a little bit lighter. I think the mix of woods also helps it feel that much more realistic because, I don't know, in real life you don't really have all of your pieces of furniture from the same place and with the same stain, unless you're really, really lucky. But yeah, I figured out the rug situation there, which I'm happy about, and we are going to be working on the kitchen. So as you can probably tell, I had already done the layout and everything before I started kind of filming because I knew that it was going to take a really long time, and this video is already super long because it's a lot of spaces to furnish. And practically the main part of the house, or not even the main part of the house, but just the living room area of the house and like that front porch are up 3 levels of platform. And then I decided that the kitchen dining as well as the bedroom areas are going to be up another 2 levels. So they're up 5 levels from the ground level. And then of course the garage is just flat and there's going to be a door and some stairs to go down into it. But yeah, I made sure to kind of add a little bit of variety. I didn't just want it to be like one flat thing. Obviously it's a split level house, so there's got to be a lot of different levels. And I'm actually just so proud of myself that I managed to do it because it was really complicated. And at one point I was like, maybe this is just an in my dreams kind of build. But yeah, the kitchen is coming along nicely. Struggled a little bit with the cabinets, but we figured it out and I think it looks really nice. I'm a huge fan of how it turned out. I think that it looks quite unique, but also, I don't know, it just looks like a kitchen I've seen before, if that makes sense. Like, that's how realistic it looks, to me at least, and I'm kind of hoping that you guys agree, or at least some of you. And obviously this isn't going to be a house that is common in every region. Like, this isn't the type of house that I would probably see in Argentina, but this is definitely the kind of house that you see in North America. So yeah, I really, really like it. And I thought about like removing the island, or like the little, I guess, sure, let's call it an island or a peninsula. I thought about removing the peninsula and doing a breakfast nook, but I just decided to keep it. And in this space, I just added a rug to kind of fill it out. And I was going to add an armchair, but instead I added this little desk from Paranormal Stuff. And I didn't really want it to be functional because actually if I were to make it functional, then that sliding door wouldn't work. So I decided to put another one of those bar stools like under it. So it's not actually a functional desk, but it's kind of there as like almost like one of those entryway tables, and I decided to put a little bit of storage underneath, and I don't know, it's just like a little kind of cluttered area. I don't think it actually would get used as a desk in real life, or I don't know, maybe it would. But it's just kind of a place where, I don't know, if you need a pen, like that's where you go. And yeah, just kind of cluttering up the kitchen. I didn't think too much about what the parents do or like the guardians, whoever owns this house. Definitely one of them's going to be an artist, but I don't really know what the other one does, if there is another one. But yeah, I didn't add like an office space or a desk area, so maybe, yeah, they definitely have to work outside of the house. And over here in the dining room, I really loved these chairs from the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. I knew I wanted to use them. I just had to figure out the right swatch. I just really like the idea of the chairs at the head of the table to be different from the other chairs. And for some reason, I also really fell in love with the red swatch on those chairs. So I just decided to kind of use that to theme the entire room. And I feel like that always really helps when you find just like a color scheme or a style that you really want to go with to make the entire room look nice. And then you just don't really have to think as much because you just go off of that. And weirdly enough, the rug situation actually helped solidify it. I decided to go with that like kind of blue swatch from Base Game, and that helps me choose the flowers, and everything just kind of came together really easily, really nicely. And you probably also saw that I placed a bunch of curtains around, and specifically one over that divider, like that window that looks out onto the living room. And I just kind of thought that that would be cool if maybe the parents are in the dining room talking with their friends, and then like the kids are out in the living room and they just want a little bit of privacy, drown out the sound a little bit. Maybe that would help. I don't really know how much, but in my head I thought it could. And over here I thought about adding like some vases around just for decoration, but I originally chose those, and then I remembered that we have the urns, so I decided to place those instead, which I think they look even better. But oh my goodness, we are going to be working on the garage now, and I love the way that this turned out. Over there we have like the stairs coming down from the kitchen, and I don't think that I added any other access point besides that door. So I don't know, maybe you're going to want to add a side door if you download this, which you can, it's on the gallery. And I made sure to add a little mini fridge next to the door. I thought that that would be a lot of fun because, yeah, it just made me think of, I mean, my garage had like a deep freezer that just, I don't know, that's where it was a black hole. But yeah, I thought that that would also be really realistic to have the garage fridge. Maybe it's full of drinks or freezies or something. My friend had freezies in her garage fridge. So yeah, I made sure to add that, and I just kind of scattered a whole bunch of items from the new Artist Studio kit, and I think it looks so cool and realistic. I really love all these items, and there's quite a few swatches to choose from, so you can have a lot of variety even in the same room, which I really liked. And yeah, I thought I was going to get disappointed, but actually I'm really enjoying it. And originally when I was thinking about what the garage would look like, I thought about adding laundry to it, but I actually forgot, and there were so many items that I wanted to use from the Artist Studio kit that I ended up not even having room for the laundry. So I do place it, I just place it in the bathroom instead. Bathroom ends up being pretty spacious, so there was room for it. And then we got to dedicate this entire room to the Artist Studio kit, which I don't know, I just really, really like it. But I am really curious to know what you guys think of it, of that one and the Storybook Nursery kit, and also what you guys are kind of, I don't know, what are your opinions on the new Life and Death expansion pack that's coming out? I'm feeling a little bit iffy on it. I don't know if it's gonna be my cup of tea. I mean, it's cool that we can have funerals now, but it just feels like this could have been a game pack kind of thing. I don't know. I'm curious to see how it's all going to work. I hope that it's actually more fun than, I don't know, than the vibes I'm getting right now. Anyways, we are working on the bedrooms now, and I already furnished the hallway and the bathroom. I just decided to skip ahead a little bit because there's just a lot to furnish. I mean, this video is already really long, and I mean, the bedrooms are actually just going to be probably one of my favorite parts, which, I don't know, I've kind of been saying that about every area in this house, which is why I'm telling you this was actually really hard. It was hard to pick a thumbnail because I love every room in this house. And we added the new change table, this new toddler bed. I decided to make this one a toddler room, And I love the new rug swatches that came with this build, or sorry, with this kit. I think that they're so cute, and I made sure to put a little bookshelf, and I also decided to place like a little entryway table, which is going to be in my head a dresser, but in the game it's an entryway table. Also, I decided to add a little end table, little nightstand over there, and under it I placed that little kind of plush poof thing, and it ended up looking like a cool custom table. It wasn't my original plan, but then I just kind of tried it and it looks really cool, and I'm probably going to do that again in another build because I don't know, I really like how it turned out. It felt very unique. And actually this is perfect timing because on the topic of unique, this bedroom is beyond one of my favorites. Okay, the way it looks right now is not what it's going to end up looking like, but I wanted to use those new canopies that we got from the storybook kit, or storybook nursery kit, and I decided to make this a double bedroom and place those canopies over the beds, and I decided to use these beds from the, I think it's from the Horse Ranch expansion pack, and I don't know, when I found that green swatch on the canopy and paired it with that bed, everything just kind of fell into place. I don't know, it just feels like a princess room. And I also, for the walls, I used a base game wallpaper, the one that has the butterflies and it has grass originally, but because of the platform you can't really see the grass and so you just have the butterflies, and it looks super cute. And this just feels like super whimsical and cottagecore, and I feel like this room could work for either a child or a teen, or a child and a teen. I feel like it is pretty versatile, or it could be children that are about to grow into teenagers, but it doesn't feel too young, but it also doesn't feel too old. And I added a lot of like kind of historical art around, or like travel art around, so maybe they're really into that, which I really like the idea of. But it looks really cute with that shelf, oh my gosh. And I just placed a little rug, and I also, oh my gosh, I really wanted a couple of nightstands. So here I am. I'm going to be trying to place this, trying to place that lamp, and I remembered we have these like book shelves from, what is it? The Book Nook kit, and it just fit perfectly. And I already tested, like, your Sims can go to the beds and walk in and out of that room, and there's like no problem. But anyways, that room is amazing. I'm actually so obsessed with it. I don't think you understand just how whimsical and perfect it is. If I could have a dream childhood room, that would have been it. And probably catch me in 10 years trying to recreate that room for my future children because I love it. And over here in the parents' bedroom, I was trying to figure out how to really make this like match the rest of the house, but also still have its own personal style because I don't know, I wanted it to be cozy and I wanted it to be nice. And I think that I actually did this perfectly. I really love the way that that wood matches with the, I just love the way the entire color scheme turned out in here. The like dark, sorry, not dark, but like the orangey wood with the blue accents, the kind of muted blue accents. I think it looks amazing. And I did use the wallpaper from the Cozy Bistro kit because it had the perfect wood swatch and just that like kind of cream textured wallpaper, and just looked so beautiful. And in the bay window, in my head, I was either going to go with a desk or a couch, and I decided to go with the couch. I wanted it to be a little bit cozier. I didn't really want it to be like where someone would go to work. I wanted it to be just a comfortable space that maybe, I don't know, the family like hangs out in here sometimes, because that's also a classic thing, is like in the primary bedroom, like the kids just come in and they pile in and they all talk and hang out. And in post-production, I actually do end up adding a TV in here as well. So yeah, I just also wanted it to feel very elegant and just a little bit of a hideaway for the parents. I wanted it to be a good primary bedroom, and I think I achieved that. I'm curious to know what you guys think of it. I know that that bed is supposed to kind of give your Sims the uncomfortable moodlet because it's like quote unquote cheap, but it's actually a really nice bed and it fits really well in here. So I think maybe what you can do is you can like upgrade it if you have the handiness skill, and that should kind of fix that up for you. Because I don't know, I don't understand how this could be a cheap bed. It looks so fancy. And anyways, we're going to be working on the back porch now, and this lot was really big, and so there was a really big outdoor area. So I actually end up fitting in a tree house, which is the one from like growing together that you can build with your kids. And since the like half the porch is starting on the kitchen side, which is a few like levels higher, and then the other side is with the living room, which is a few levels lower. I did also have to add like outdoor stairs. So I don't know, that also I feel like added a little bit of dimension. But the area next to the kitchen, I decided to make a little kind of dining area. So I put a barbecue, and I had placed, little dining table and like an outdoor entryway table, where just I imagine that they have like, I don't know, their barbecue utensils or something. I don't know. I tried to make it look cute. And over here on this very large side, I thought about adding a hot tub. I thought about, I don't know, adding like a bar area. I didn't really know what to add when I was just kind of staring at it, which I edited out. But I decided to add just like a little outdoor living room. And I feel like we need more swatches for these couches because the swatches are so ugly and so hard to like fit into spaces. I did the best I could, but if I could change it, I 100% would change it because it looks horrible. I don't know. Let's just say this is the only part of the house that I don't like and that I knew wasn't going to be the thumbnail because, I don't know, we just need better swatches. We have outdoor furniture, and I don't want to say like give us more outdoor furniture because I don't think we need it. I think we just need better swatches for the ones that we have. So please, I mean, seriously. And I did end up adding another little kind of like hutch table out here. I don't think I put anything on it. And it's definitely not because I forgot. It definitely is because I forgot. But I don't know, I just thought a little bit more storage and a little bit more things to fill out the space. Because it is just such a giant porch. And I mean, it's probably going to be nice if in real life you're hanging out with your friends out there. But for The Sims, it just kind of looked a little bit empty at times, but I just ignored it. And I did add a telescope out here, which is kind of cute. So there's like function out here, and I'm sure you'll be able to find other skill building items to place, maybe even a yoga mat with that giant space. But there you can see the treehouse that I had added before and another tree, and I did add the fence all off screen. There's just so many details that I added in post-production or even like just edit it out like before I started filming or whatever. There's so many things that I've done off camera that, I don't know, I'm still surprised that this build ended up being 30 minutes because like even this is like 5 times speed. So this build took me a really long time. And yeah, so that's why I kept the landscaping fairly simple. Obviously I still added some things to make it look real, but I really didn't go full out. I just did like my classics with the low-lying pale flowers, some bushes, some rocks, my hydrangeas. I love my hydrangeas. And actually out here in front of the house, I originally was going to use these kind of like stone path like things, rugs from, I think it's from the Riviera kit. But I do end up changing it in a sec, just kind of furnishing this front porch a little bit. I use that iron bench from, I want to say Lovestruck. Yeah, I think it's an iron bench from Lovestruck. But I was going to do the, the mailbox from the Snowy Escape expansion pack, but I decided to place that big wheel from Horse Ranch instead. And when I placed the other mailbox is when I finally decide that I'm not going to use those weird stones. I don't like the way that they look. And I mean, when I originally placed them, I had a feeling that I wasn't going to use them. But yeah, now I just decided to use a little bit of that terrain paint with like the river rock swatch, I think it's called. And I think it looks really nice. I think it looks a lot better. Maybe I could have made it a little bit windier, more into the middle of the lot. And yeah, then just adding some more landscaping up at the front. I decided to use those little flower bushes. And yeah, I kept it super, super simple, but still as realistic as possible. I also don't think that the people here really would maybe like gardening and landscaping all this area too much. So yeah, that's the story I'm going to tell myself. It's because they don't like landscaping. It's not because I don't like landscaping. But also I do realize that the driveway goes into bushes. Like there's no actual, the place that I put the driveway in does not match up with like the actual world. But you know what? It's The Sims and it's fine. There's no cars to even drive into those bushes, so it doesn't matter. And over here I'm adding terrain paint. I don't remember if afterwards when I took the screenshots it disappeared or not, but for now we're going to pretend that it didn't disappear and that it wasn't a waste of time. and of course adding some more landscaping just from the little areas that I forgot. It was a little hard. There were a lot of crevices that needed some landscaping. And I did add a chimney because we have a fireplace. So you can't have a fireplace without a chimney. And we are at the screenshots, you guys. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I did add a couple of items from the live edit objects menu or something. So I did add like a car and bicycles. The bicycles are from The Sims, so those are functional, but the car is just decoration. And I did also add flower boxes around because I felt like those also added to the whimsy of this house. And yeah, here's our living room. I just changed up a little bit of the clutter, or added a tiny bit of clutter. I didn't do too much in post-production, I don't think. I feel like I did add a lot of details while we were filming, so yeah, there wasn't really a lot left to do. Here we have our kitchen. I really love this kitchen. I think also just changed a little bit of the clutter, fixed a little bit of the clutter that I felt was like 1 pixel off or whatever. I did actually add a laptop in here in case your Sims wanted to work, and I also added like that little like hot chocolate set from Outdoor Retreat. It's just a clutter item that looks cute, and you could probably tell I also changed like all of the lights. I usually do that in post-production because the just like those flat kind of saucer lights are really good for brightening up the space for building, and then when I'm done I add kind of fancier chandeliers and stuff. And here we have our first patio area. It was hard to get a good like screenshot of this, so ignore that. Download it instead. And here we have our garage, and I think this looks so cute and so realistic. I mean, I really love it. I love those like paint like smudge rugs that came with the pack. I think they look really nice, and yeah, just add extra realism to it. I did also add all those canvases around. I think I did that while we were filming. And here we have our hallway, kept it simple, and our bathroom. I love this bathroom. I also cluttered it up, added a lot of detail, made sure that it looked nice, and I really like the blue and pink swatches that I went with. And that shower tub combo from Parenthood is so cute. There's just something about those elephants on that shower curtain that are so adorable, and I don't know, they're just so good for the kids' rooms and for the kids' bathrooms. And here we have our toddler room, and I really like the way that this turned out. I love all of the little animals and critters around here. It's like I accidentally made it animal themed. And here we have, my favorite kids room probably that I have ever built. I added a little bit of clutter on the dresser, and I think it looks amazing. Added a little like stack of books as well. And I don't know, this is just a really good room. Also that shelf, yeah, just added a couple little trinkets. And here we have our primary bedroom, and there you can see I added that little kind of, it's a TV table, but I like using it as more than that. And I decided to put a TV on top of there, but in order for it to go like over the bed frame, I put it on like a stack of boxes, just kind of control, or I don't know, the alt placing it, and control 9 and a whole bunch of fun stuff like that. But wow, we are now on our final space, which is going to be our patio and our backyard. But this has been one of my favorite builds, if not my absolute favorite build that I have made so far. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Bye buds, and thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. Comment and share with your friends. Talk to y'all soon. Bye!